let me click and drag it. Okay, we can actually click and drag it. Yeah, we can actually move all that into like hit one another. Like, let's bounce this ball down. Okay, yeah, we can bounce it down, pretty good. We can bounce it down, we can bounce it down. Whoa, that's perfect. Okay, so we can actually get a whole set of physics working in our environment. And what about a move it here and it just dropped? Pretty good, huh? Yeah. Hey, hello everybody, it's William. Welcome to my channel. So previously we already talked about how to make all this cube or the sphere or the floor interactive with a sort of physic body attached to it, so we can actually apply all the forces or the ground or this I don't know, maybe some gravitational pull, something like that. And then we found out a problem, which is that we already installed gesture previously. So you are supposed to sort of control all this cube. You can click and move it, but this time we can't just move your mouse, move your finger over that and click and drag. And so in this video, we're going to solve the problem. Okay. So if you're new here, you're watching a series of video about augmented reality development in not in Android, in Apple, yeah, RealityKit. Yeah, I just forgot. And welcome to the channel. My name's William, and I update video every day. And currently, yeah, if you're still there, I really need your help right now. Currently, I'm trying to apply for YouTube partner program. And currently, really need that money to keep me off the street and rent a new studio to continue my journey of sharing information technology and all the fun technology stuff with you guys. And yeah, I really need help to subscribe to my channel. Just click that subscribe button right now. And if you think my video is helpful, if you want to just encourage me to continue my work, please give me a thumb up. Okay, so without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so let's go back to our tutorial. Okay, so to save a little bit RAM, I'm going to yeah, just close this, just make it quicker. Okay, and we got a little bit of warning. So initialization of a different mask, we don't need that. Okay, so the boss mask and sphere mask, we actually don't need it. Okay, so let's just comment it out. Okay, we added the Xcode. My recommendation is that they go to this Visual Studio Code to edit it, because you can use the help of Copilot. This is just my personal opinion. Okay, so coordinator, we got a lot of the code. It's a little bit bunky. We will yeah, make it better later on. Okay, so group. Yeah, I think maybe just create a view, collision sub, cancelable. Yeah, AR session delegate. Yeah, let's for the group. We may need it in the future. Let's just leave it here. And mask. Okay, let me check that. Okay, so mask and group. Yeah, let's just get rid of mask and group altogether. Okay, currently we don't want all this collision to happen, so just comment all that out. Okay, and then what I'm trying to do is to install the UI gesture. Okay, so what I'm going to do is to add a delegate here. So I'm going to add a UI gesture delegate. Gesture, yeah, pretty strange. It does not automatically, yeah. Maybe I'm going to do that ourselves. So UI gesture recognizable, recognizer delegates. Okay, so I'm going to add this delegate and save it. And if you want to check, you can go back to Xcode and see whether it would just change the color. If it change the color, yeah, you successfully add that. Okay, you need it to recognize it in order to use it. Okay, so yeah, once you got the UI gesture recognizer delegate, you can actually use the gesture recognizer. Okay, so let's go back here in order to use it. Let's make it inside. Let's sort of wrap it inside the function. Okay, so gesture recognizer. Okay, gesture recognizer. Okay, let me just use that. Gesture recognizer, UI gesture recognizer, because you are sort of interacting with the UI. Okay, and it should recognize it simultaneously with other gesture recognizer. Pretty good. UI gesture recognizer. It will just give you a boolean value. Okay, so return true. Yeah, nothing wrong about that. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So yeah, Copilot is so smart to just know what I try to write. And of course, we sort of need to change the entities mode. They got a physical body, right? So we sort of need to change the mode from this original state to kinematic, so they can interact with each other. So kinematic is a really, really important concept. Yeah, let me show you guys. Okay, so okay, so here you are. So kinematic is a study of motion of mechanical points, okay, and bodies and system without consideration of the associated physical properties and the forces acting on them. So study often referred to as geometry of motion. Okay, so basically just the physics concept, and you can compare the kinematic, the dynamic, something like that. So basically just study of motion of a mechanical point, bodies, and system. So say, well, you use a gesture, you pull that, and you want to make the certain energy to hit one another, and you want to use that gesture as a sort of a triggering point, and from that specific moment you want to change the physical body's mode from this original state to kinematic, so they can sort of interact with one another. And of course you also need the physics to work around them. So basically you want to change mode. This is a concept or keyword that we use a lot in development. So if you watch my other game development tutorial, you can also see when I put some physics component to my sprite. So you sort of 2D environment, and you make a sprite jump. Okay, so you hit something. Okay, so you want to change that to kinematic. I often use this as a sort of a monster attribute. Okay, so you don't need to consider other things, but just want to make kinematic. Yeah. If you're interested, you can watch my game development tutorial. It's also free. Okay, so yeah, you don't need to be a sort of a physical PhD in order to do game development or app development. You just need to know the keyword and the basic meaning behind it. Okay, so yeah, you got an idea. And fun. Yeah, I think maybe let's write another function. So gesture and recognizer should begin. Okay, should begin, and recognizer. You are just recognizer. Yeah, it's the boolean. Okay, so you also need to return true, but we are going to change the gesture and sort of use that as a trigger, and we can translate that and make the physical body's mode into kinematic. Okay, so basically I'm going to just the safe way of doing it is to let Godot, and we are going to translate our gesture. Translate gesture. Yeah, translate gesture equals to gesture recognizer as unpack UI pen gesture recognizer. Yeah, I think you need to use it as a, let me see another suggestion. Return false. Yeah, let's just use this one. UI pen gesture recognizer. Yeah, let's name it as a entity, because we will sort of force that on the entity translation. Entity translation gesture recognizer. Okay, and yeah, else return true. Yeah, let me move it down. Okay, we first initialize a translate gesture and an entity translation recognizer. Yeah, and then let's let entity translation entity. Yeah, that's pretty good. But we don't need AR view here. Yeah, let me make it more compacted. So yeah, make it here. Okay, you got this entity. Let entity equals to translation gesture dot entity, and let's pack it as model entity. Okay, and then else. Else return true. Okay, and okay, so this is just a safe way of unpacking. And material, let's just change material. But we don't want to change material, we want to change the entity as the physical body. So entity dot material. Yeah, we don't want to do that. We want to change the physical body of it. So let's choose the physical body and kinematic. Yeah, perfect. So then return true. Okay. So yeah, pretty good. Okay, so the gesture recognizer and the changing of physical body is finished, and then let's handling the pan gesture. So if you look at documentation, the pan gesture is that when you want to pan things, okay, just to use one finger or two fingers to drag, okay, and this is a UI kit gesture. So we sort of need to use Objective-C code for this kind of behavior. So we use the UI, hand gesture recognizer to do that, and we need to set up gestures. Okay, so yeah, let's try that. So let's write it here. To got the pen gesture private gesture recognizer. Okay, it's not a gesture recognizer. Okay, let's set up our gesture. Okay, tap gesture. Gestures is not tap gesture, but I'm going to use this. Let's type. Yeah, let me use a safer way for. Let me use guard. Okay, and let first is that yeah, we haven't got a view yet, so let's guard our view. That's to generate a view. Okay, and else. So just a safer way of doing it. And then let tap gesture is not tap gesture. We need to make the pen gesture work. So using compiler suggestion, it's pretty good. Pen gesture and the translation. No translation. Okay. UI pen gesture. So they got a sort of a built-in pen gesture recognizer. Sorry, it's not building. We need to do an object to see ourselves. So for view is not for view. Yeah, we sort of can borrow the code. Target cell, action selector, handle tab. Yeah, we handle that. We can use generate code here, and the tab gesture. Right now we don't need it. We just need to got the pen. So pen gesture delegate cell. Yeah, perfect. Add that to AR view. Oh no, it's not AR view, but just use our view here. So yeah, if you use Copilot a lot, you need to know what it's doing, because there's sometimes they suggest code that may not be useful, but you can borrow their code just to increase the efficiency. Okay, and you're going to pass the pen gesture rather than tab gesture, because that's what you initialized. Okay, and then you need to use a little bit Objective-C code. It's a little bit complex, so just bear with me. You can see the results later on. And pen, let me use the center. Okay, and I'm going to use the UI gesture recognizer to achieve that. UI gesture recognizer. Sorry, UI pen gesture recognizer. Okay, and I'm going to use a switch statement. So just to include all this ended, cancelled, and failed scenario into it. So yeah, that's pretty complex, the suggestion. Okay, we don't need that suggestion. Let me just do it ourselves, because we can just use the switch statement to quickly include all the scenario. Okay, so basically we got a center of a UI pen gesture recognizer. Okay, and we're going to get the center state. So switch, let's get a hold of our center and get all the state. And we got a lot of case, so we get a case pattern of yeah, I think we got a case of say we can get successfully yeah, ended, and when we get cancelled, dot cancelled, and we may got failed. Okay, and so we got 3 cases, and then we need to change the physics mode to dynamic. Okay, so the defaults, just leave it here, because we haven't got the okay, so in order to actually use it, I think we need to put all these entities into a sort of a container in order to do that. And let's just I'll give it a sort of generalized name. We got all this. Yeah, let's write it here. Okay. Let's create a var. This is just a container. Say this is all the stuff. Okay, so all the stuff of the entities, we just put that into array. So model entity. So just put it all here and then make it all the stuff. And you can sort of treat all the stuff as a box, as a sort of a generalized reference to all these box and spheres container. Okay, and of course you need to put it all inside, and I'm going to loop it in order to actually apply what we just wrote. So yeah, let's find a place, install all gestures anchors. Let's put it here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is to refer to all the stuff and add things, say box 1, and can I duplicate it? Command D. Yeah, I can't do that. Let me just manually do that. All stuff 1 2. Yeah, sorry about that. 1 2 3. I think I got 3 box. So append box 1 and 2 and 3. Okay, and of course let's just manually do that because it's a little bit slow. Because it was just it. Okay, so we got sphere 1, all the stuff, sphere 2, and sphere 3. I think it just got all these stuff. Sphere 2, all these stuff. Sphere 3. Okay, so we successfully penned everything. Yeah, perfect. Alright, so we already got a container. So when you try to install the gesture, I don't think you need to install the one by one. You can just loop it, okay? So that at the anchor we don't need to come out with the anchor. Let's just use a better way to install gesture here. So maybe let's write it here. So using loop, let me just add a comment. So using loop to install a gesture. Yeah, as you guys can see, as your code become more and more complex, you sort of need this as a sort of a reminder in order to make sense. Say after a few days, you might completely forget why you wrote this code. Okay, and we need to sort of make it a certain class, a sort of way of generate that quite nicely. This is pretty messy. We'll deal with that later on. Okay, and using loop to install gestures. Yeah, let's start right here. So remember, we got all the stuff. Okay, so let's loop all the stuff. Okay, all the stuff dot, and for each entity in install gesture, that's pretty good. For entities in AR view, we don't need that. Okay, so we can just say for each. Okay, and we got this. I think we're saying view here rather than AR view. So let's just use the view, and you can install all the gestures, and or we don't need this, or okay, or and for. Yeah, let's rewrite this. It's a little bit messy. It's better just to rewrite it. For dot or, and for each of it, so 0 with a dollar sign, and okay, and dot for each. We are going to delegate self. Yeah, pretty good. Okay, so basically you're going to install all of the item inside of this, all the stuff. So basically you put all this box 1 2 3 sphere or 1 2 3 into all the stuff, and you can to loop it and install the gesture to it, so you can actually control every items. Okay, and yeah, don't forget, yeah, we haven't finished here, so we need to change the physics mode to dynamic for each of all the stuff. So yeah, maybe Godot and the center view is not this one. Okay, let's write it ourselves. So we got all the stuff, and we use this compact map, and 0 as a hash collision for each. Okay, that's better, just write it ourselves. So for every one of it, so I'm going to use dollar sign. Okay, this just refer to items. Let me just add a little space, and for each we are going to make a physics body mode to dynamic. Perfect. Okay, so yeah, pretty good and pretty compact. And I think when I first typed this code, they got a sort of default setting, and let's add that manually. Default. Instead of break, let's just simply return, because we don't want this to break it. So just return. Okay. Yeah. Perfect. Alright, let's test it out. Okay, let's test it out. In order to for you guys to watch it smoothly, I exit all this code to save a little bit of RAM. Okay, so you can encoding this video better. Sorry about that. Oh yeah, it's already pretty good. Let me test the gesture. Okay, so let me click and drag it. Okay, we can actually click and drag it. Yeah, we can actually move all that into like hit one another. Like, let's bounce this ball down. Okay, yeah, we can bounce it down. Pretty good. We can bounce it down. We can bounce it down. Whoa, that's perfect. Okay, so we can actually get a whole set of physics working in our environment. And what about I move it here and it just dropped? Pretty good, huh? Yeah, yeah. I think that we set out what we set out to do. Yeah, we achieve what we set out to do. Sorry about my English. I'm really bad at it. So yeah, yeah. I think that's pretty much it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and if you think my video is helpful, if you want to see more of it, please give me a thumb up. And yeah, bye. I will see you in the next video.